Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Follow up on a comment that I got when I was sharing my Firefly setups yesterday about the little flashlights. There are so many different types of flashlights that you can use for this stuff. This just happens to be a small one that I like to use for some of these particular setups. Now I have some that are flat and lay against the back, but I think all of the ones that I got this time have the same setup. And the guy had a bad experience with them, apparently, with two, I believe he said, if the comments were correct. I've used these for a long time, and if it's something that I'm going to be traveling with, like if I say, like this dude, for example, this was the knife that I took with me to Colorado for my David Holiday trip out there, and I mailed that stuff first. So I went ahead and I knew months before, and I mailed all my stuff out there, including I have a duplicate EDC that I like to, I'll mail out if I'm going to be someplace for 2 weeks or whatever, and only half of it is going to be in the field. I go ahead and send EDC. That way while I'm there, I have some stuff in my pocket if I want to do things with. It's hard for me to go to a place that's new where I can possibly do things, play with materials, do stuff that I can't normally do and not have my things with me to do it with. That's the main reason that I carry the things that I do, is in case I have the opportunity to use them more than I'm scared of being lost in the woods. So this was the one that I sent, and if I'm going to send it, I would take this guy and I'd either flip a battery around in it, or like I did this dude right here, I took goon tape and taped it in a position and then put it back in there. So if I need to use this one now, I just remove the tape and I can twist it to the own position. I can just put the tape on the handle or whatever and rock and roll like that. That's another option. But flipping batteries is also a good thing. I may have got sidetracked, but I flip batteries if I'm going to be shipping them, because you never know what's going to be rubbing, vibrating, whatever. It's like a party in the box when you're not there. And most of these, if they're not hanging around my neck or laid in my chair or beside my chair, because I have taken it off for whatever reason, they live on I have a peg rack that I hang these guys on, so there's not a whole lot of swapping back and forth to turn them on. And to turn them on, they just twist. Look, that one's dead. Let's see. Maybe I got it backwards in here. I don't think so. This one I haven't used in a long time. Let me see. What direction does it go in there? It shows. I'm going to say that was the right direction. And this guy's just dead. And these are going to be a LR41 battery. These go in. Let's see how many. Of these are been twisted too. There's another one. Nope. Maybe I didn't have it twisted tight enough. Anyway, sorry, got sidetracked. These are, again, LR41, and it takes 4 of them in here. The spring is in the butt cap part of it. And I don't know for a fact, but I've had good experience with Streamlight stuff before. Like this is the Streamlight that I've EDC'd forever, and it's died a couple times, and I've had it sent back, and they normally just send me a new one, but I've had good luck with that. They stand by their product. These things are like $8, so it's not gonna be, you know, a crazy awesome flashlight, but it is enough where if I'm wearing this thing around my neck, I can turn it on and it shines at my feet, or it shines in front of me good enough where I can see what I'm doing at hand's reach down here. I can see it. You can't see it, obviously. It's an LED light in the daylight, but I've had good luck with these guys. I need to order one for a couple other lights that I have, and depending on how big the kit is, sometimes I can get away with putting one in a certain point, like some of these guys, similar to this one. I have the light on the back. It's a flat light, so it's a totally different type of light that are like 10 for $15 or something like that. They have 3 modes, I believe. I believe there's a maybe it's 2 modes. It's on, blinking, and off, I think is the other ones, but like I said, they're flat, and they're good for laying, you know, against the back to work the same way as these guys. But I haven't had really any issues other than maybe occasionally finding one dead, you know, but I mean occasionally. Like we just tested, you know, I just turned all these on and I had one that I think is about dead, but you know, some of these sit in there, they're years old, so I mean stuff goes bad eventually. And even if it was one out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that right? Yeah. So that's not too bad. And it even came on after I fiddled with it. So I don't know if I had actually because it's pretty tight. Even like this, it feels pretty tight, but it still has a ways to go before you. And that made me think too. I've had people tell me that the ends fell off of them before, and I think that was actually what had me tape them up so they were in a stationary position. But I have so many of these, and they've been riding for a minute. I don't know which is which anymore. I have some older kits that, like this one for example. Sweat is notorious for making the paint fall off of them, but sweat also will corrode your ferro rods and everything else. You'll end up with some majotus on it if you're not careful of them. It's just part of something that's going to happen if you use this stuff. But I just wanted to kind of touch base on those. I'm going to go ahead and order a couple more, so when they come in, we'll do a little deal. I can't remember what friggin' battery it was again. I need to get some, because I don't know if I have any. LR41. LR41. Nowadays it's probably got $8 worth of batteries in it. But alright guys, look, I appreciate the support. I just kind of wanted to chime in on that. He may have had some bad ones. I mean, really, our experiences with different things are all going to be different. I haven't really had any issues with them, but I'm sure it's, you know, it's production made something, like there's going to be some stuff that makes it through quality control. But as of just being a bad light, I don't think so. So, in the comments, just like that dude's comment, it's helpful. If it's honest, and doesn't matter if it's some sort of, I mean, it can be a share a negative experience that you've had with this stuff is cool. Like, that's what this is for. We can learn from it. It may be something, an issue that has yet to pop up in my stuff, that may be something I need to look for later down the line. I don't know. But feel free to share you guys' experience with these little lights. The Nano light from Stream Light. Is that number the same on all of them? 0921. Cool. But yes, Nano light. Cool little option. Guys, again, thanks for the support. Feel free to like and subscribe. I'm trying to get back on it. Again, I appreciate it. Y'all be careful out there. Later.